Hello, hello, hello. Lauren here. Today is November 25th, the day before Thanksgiving here in the States, and I hope you're all doing well. I was inspired to come on and talk this morning after reading a quote. It was an excerpt from a book that was posted on Facebook yesterday, and I had such a visceral reaction to it that and my mind was racing as I went to bed. I actually wanted to do the video last night. I woke up at 4:44 this morning, which for those numerology people, you can appreciate the significance of that. And my mind was racing. I couldn't go back to sleep. I got up. I was taking notes and whatever. So anyway, so just a couple of things. I want to acknowledge that this excerpt, which I will read, it's small. I haven't read the book. I haven't looked really into the book other than just the title of it to get the author's name. So, and this is not so I have no idea whether this excerpt is about the whole book. I have no idea what the book is about. Obviously I'm going to put it on my list of books. I have so many books around here right now that it's just going to go on the list for now. But, encourage you to obviously pick up the book and read it. I have no idea what it's about. This isn't a criticism of the book. This isn't a judgment of the book. I appreciate and am thankful for the book because this quote just gave me the inspiration to come on and talk about this. So that's one. And number two is I want to recognize and appreciate and support the women's movement and all that has been done through all the movements to work at getting equality across social, financial, political, cultural worlds. And there's still more to do. Anyway, let me get started. So the book is called The Modern Breakup by Daniel Chidiac, Chidiac. And it's about truths about dating, separation, and love. So the quote that, again, was posted on social media yesterday says, it's in quotations, "Maybe I should text and tell him how I feel again," I said. "No!" Exclamation point. "Don't give him the satisfaction of knowing you still care. You showed him and told him many times in the past, and he took advantage of it. He doesn't deserve to know," Zara responded. So we've all been there. We've all been in situations where, well, maybe you haven't, but I certainly have been in situations in this exact circumstance. So I get it. It's not a pleasant feeling. It's not good. I'm not defending it. But I did have a visceral reaction to it. And I think I had such a visceral reaction to it probably because I have 3 boys. And the thought, and it's funny that I didn't even react from my own experience being at the receiving end of this person, to say. I reacted from the perspective of thinking how my heart would hurt if someone was talking about one of my boys this way. And so I continue to think, well, would they do this? Which one would it be that would do this? And you know what? It doesn't matter, and it's really what I came to is it's not fair. I want to cry actually thinking about it. These boys and these men, and they aren't born manly. They aren't born with closed hearts, with the inability to, or the unwillingness to express their feelings and be emotional. They're born just male bodies and female bodies are born balanced, with feminine and masculine energies. Both sides. All of us. Every single one of us. It doesn't matter our race. It doesn't matter our color. It doesn't matter the physical body that we're in, our sexual preference. None of it matters. We all have feminine and masculine in us. And we all need to balance those energies. So, you get the feminine energies. Again, I'm just talking the essence, the energies. I'm not talking the physical body. The feminine energies of intuition, empathy, compassion, the energy of creativity. Again, males and females. Creativity, right? Masculine energies of strength and action. It's an energy of action. It's an energy of protection. It's an energy of, it's an energy of aggressiveness. But have we taken that term too far? So when I think back, of, again, if you're in this, any of the generations here, right? My mother had to quit her job when she was pregnant with me in the 70s because she was pregnant. She was a teacher. Nope, sorry, you can't work anymore because you need to be home with the kids. What? I was talking to a girlfriend Monday, and she was talking about how her mom went to get a credit card at a shopping store, like say like a Filene's Basement type place, and they told her no, that she needed her husband's approval, and the husband didn't feel that way, but society, had that, banked in. So for sure, we live in a patriarchal society. We have for 2,000 years, probably more, but 2,000 years. And that has born out of it lots of inequalities, and we've done a lot of great work to try to even out those scales, try to get that balance back. We've made a lot of progress, and there's still more to do. My concern, and I go back to this quote, is have we gone too far? Have we gone too far down the spectrum of female physical bodies, right? Embracing or expressing so much masculine energy, so much aggression, and looking to the males and the male bodies as perpetrators or as villains, and demonizing them. And whether we're doing this consciously or unconsciously, and a lot of it is conscious, you just look at this quote, but it's everywhere. Where, females need to rise, and enough of the males, and we do that, and at the same time, we want our counterparts, the people we're in a relationship with, to talk to us. We want them to be emotional. We want them to be strong. We want them to be cool and manly, but we want them to be sensitive. But yet we attack them in other realms. Well, if I'm being attacked, I'm not going to be sensitive and empathetic to you. I'm going to defend myself. And again, I'm going to go back to men weren't born this way. We teach them that. And I a mother of four kids, but of 3 boys. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of allowing, or even sometimes, I'm sure they'll say that I definitely did, imprint that you got to be a man kind of thing, and the expectations around what a man is, man supporting the family, what are you so upset about, why are you crying, I've certainly imprinted some of those things, not on purpose, obviously. Again, it goes back to, it's how you were raised. It's what we know. It's what we know. Women are expected and look like this, and men are expected and look like that. But that's where I think that we need to make the change. That's where I think that we need to start with ourselves, find the balance. So have we, again, write them down, right? Make a list of female, male expressions that you have of yourself. Are you too heavy on one side? Are you too heavy on the other side? I myself experienced the inequality. I came from the corporate world, up there for over 25 years. Certainly have been, victim is the wrong word, but a victim of the male-dominated or the patriarchal corporate world. And I fought through a lot of that. I've seen a lot of change over the 25 years. And yet I've also seen women on the other spectrum. I get it. We had to be aggressive. We had to put a cover on our emotions. If you're emotional in a meeting, that's you lose respect. Why? I'm not saying we should be crying in meetings, but the empathy is important. The empathy allows everybody at the table to be included. The empathy allows you to listen. The creativity of a feminine energy allows for innovation. And yet, for us to get ahead, we had to really embody all that. There's more masculine energy and really express that masculine energy. And so my question is, are we going too far? Are we losing the balance? Are we lopsided the other way now, that we're all masculine energy? And all that's doing is perpetuating the patriarchal society. If we're not allowing our own feminine energy to be balanced with our masculine energy, and if we're not allowing it in male bodies, then all we are is continuing the patriarchal world in a body with boobs. That's not going to get us where we want to go. And that's not going to help us in our relationships. And the men, I got to imagine, are like, what the hell do I do? What the hell do I do? And I think that, there's a couple examples. I'll laugh. For those of you who know, Bobby Bones is a radio entertainer here in the United States, out of Nashville. He does more than that. He's kind of all over the place. He does a lot, but that's kind of where his start was. And right now, if you go look him up, there's a thing going on with him where him and his girlfriend about spooning, about being the little spoon. Like when you're in bed and you're cuddling with someone, and you got one person behind you and you're spooning. And the little spoon is the one that's on the inside, and the one that's on the outside is the big spoon. Well, there was a whole thing that Bobby was the little spoon, and it's caused so much, I'll say, discussion, but he's being ridiculed, made fun of, I guess in some places supported, but mostly being ridiculed. And why can't a man be held and comforted by a woman? Why does it always have to be the other way around? Like, they deserve as much love and comforting as we do, and they want it. And it's funny that that's come up recently, because I started watching Hut in Cleveland which is a show that's no longer on, but I watched all the, on Netflix or Hulu, whatever I'm watching it on. And there was an episode about the same thing. There was this big burly man, and the character Valerie Bertinelli plays was dating him, and he wanted to be the little spoon. And, so it was funny and all this other stuff, but it was all typical male, female, masculine, male, female roles. And she ended up breaking up with him. She couldn't stand to be with someone who wanted to be the little spoon. So it's examples like that, like, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? I really, really believe it's important to find that balance, the essence of the female and the essence of the male within us. We look to our heads of state and the people that are making the heads of state or whatever, the people that are making the rules in the world, and we want and expect them to make all these changes. Well, the changes have to come with us. As above, so below. Macro, micro, they are a reflection of us. They are a reflection of us. So it has to start with us. We have to every person, every single person has the ability to balance their masculine and feminine. And if we each start doing that, and we each teach our children, male and female children, and again, sexual orientation doesn't come into this. Obviously, race and color and all that stuff doesn't come into this. It's really just every human being. We need to be teaching that balance and teaching that it's okay for everybody else to have that balance. Changing the expectations. Let's rewrite the program. Let's rewrite the program that, and the labels that we've put on male bodies and female bodies. And just allow ourselves, the males in our lives, to course correct. To embrace the, I don't want to say weaker side, but the less prominent side. Embrace that. We have to allow the feminine voice in every heart to be heard. And that's all I have to say for today. I will say, as I sat down here, I went to another deck that I really like. It's Power Thought Cards by Louise Hay, I think it is, or Kay, not sure. And I opened it, and I was like, oh, let me just pull a card and see what comes up, see if anything, comes up that relates. So what came up? All my relationships are harmonious. When we create harmony in our minds and hearts, we will find it in our lives. The inner creates the outer. Always. Again, you can't make this stuff up. The message clearly is aligning to what I'm saying here. I hope it resonates. Would love your feedback. And for those that are celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, have a great day. And talk soon. Take care.